all the things about how can I spend what I have.
Salomón que escribió este libro de Eclesiastés,
So it's Solomon who wrote the book of
y
Ecclesiastes,
que tuvo tanta riqueza y tanta fama,
and who had so much fame and riches,
y que Dios exaltó tanto a Salomón como ningún otro en su tiempo.
and that God exalted this man like no one else had been exalted in this time.
Él le dice a los jóvenes que se acuerden de Dios en su juventud.
Solomon tells the young people to remember God in their youth.
Y le dice, antes
And he says, before
que tu cuerpo vaya al polvo
that your body goes back to the dust,
y tu alma vuelva a aquel que la dio.
and before your soul goes back to the one who gave it.
Yo creo que hablar de esta doctrina
To speak about this doctrine,
es bien importante para la vida de la iglesia.
it is very important for the life of the church.
Porque muchas veces aún el cristiano olvida lo que somos, lo que tenemos, y olvida que de Dios es la vida que tenemos.
Because many times us as believers, we forget where we came from, we forget who gave us the things that we have, and we forget who created us.
Y pareciera que como que podemos como olvidar,
And it seems like almost that we can forget
que la recompensa de la cual Jesús ha hablado,
that the rewards and the gifts that Jesus has spoken about.
si es verdad que aquí en la tierra somos bendecidos,
If it is true that here on earth we're going to be blessed,
la recompensa eterna no será aquí en la tierra,
then the eternal reward will not be here on earth,
sino que será allá con Él en su eternidad.
but it will be up there in His eternity in heaven.
Pero es importante saber dónde van los que se mueren.
So it is important for us to know where do the people who die go.
Entonces Eclesiastés habla de que el alma va a aquel que la dio.
Now Ecclesiastes says that the soul goes back to the one who gave it.
Entonces, para comprender lo que sucede en este estado intermedio,
So now, to understand what occurs in this moment of this person,
es importante conocer las diferencias que se han producido a partir de la muerte y resurrección de Cristo.
it is important to know what things have taken place since the death and resurrection of Christ.
La venida de Jesucristo,
The coming of Jesus Christ,
su sufrimiento,
His suffering,
su muerte,
His death,
resurrección,
His resurrection,
en la que han marcado una diferencia
those things have made a difference.
en la condición en que los hombres viven o se encuentran después de la muerte.
A difference in which Jesus Christ made a difference how people after when they die, where they go.
Hay un pasaje en la Biblia que Jesús lo usó
Now there's a passage in the Bible that Jesus used
acerca de lo que pasaba antes de Cristo y su muerte.
about what used to happen to those who used to perish before Jesus Christ appeared on earth and died.
Jesús describe este estado de los muertos
Jesus describes the state of the dead
haciendo uso de aquella parábola de Lázaro y el rico.
using a parable or a story about Lazarus and the rich man.
Y la Biblia habla en San Lucas capítulo 16.
The Bible speaks in Luke, the Gospel of Luke, chapter 16.
Es probable que usted ya sepa mucho de esto.
And it's supposed to be that you already know about this.
Primero porque lo hemos estudiado varias veces.
First of all, because we've taught this in the church many times.
Y segundo porque usted es estudiante de la Biblia.
And another one is because I know that you study the Bible on your
Pero
own.
tampoco no me cabe duda
But also, I don't doubt
que usted lo pueda como estar olvidando,
that you can maybe forget this maybe.
o para que le enseñe a los demás allá afuera.
Or that perhaps if anyone comes with a question to you, you can answer it and you can
Porque
go and teach it.
en este capítulo 16 de San Lucas,
In this chapter 16 of Luke,
Jesús hizo uso de esta historia para describir o explicar lo que sucede con los que mueren, tanto en la justicia o en injusticia.
so Jesus here, he uses a story to explain to the people who were listening to him what happened to those who died, those who were in communion with God, and those who were not in communion with God.
El capítulo menciona,
The chapter mentions,
San Lucas 16,
chapter 16,
el versículo 19 al 31,
verse 19 to verse 31.
dice que había un hombre rico que se vestía de púrpura y de lino fino y hacía cada día banquete con esplendor.
It says there was a rich man who dressed in purple and fine linen and lived in luxury every day.
Había también un mendigo llamado Lázaro que estaba echado a la puerta de aquel lleno de
It
llagas.
says at his gate was laid a beggar named Lazarus covered with sores.
Y ansiaba saciarse de las migajas que caían de la mesa del rico, y aún los perros venían y lamían las llagas.
He longed to eat what fell from the rich man's table. Even the dogs came and licked his wounds.
Lo que ustedes estaban mirando hasta el versículo 22
So what you see here until verse 22
es la condición de vida que tenían en la tierra.
is the state of life that these two men had.
Creo que usted es testigo que esto es una realidad dentro de la humanidad.
I'm pretty sure that you understand this is a reality amongst humanity.
Hay clases sociales en la tierra.
There's social class on earth.
Unos que comen en plato de plata,
Some that eat on a platter that is made out of silver.
unos que comen en platos de plata y tienen asientos de terciopelo.
Some probably eat in chinas and full of silver, and they lay on comfortable sofas to eat.
Y es probable que tengan un servicio de cubiertos de quizás hasta de oro o de plata.
Maybe they have a set of knives and forks, etc., that is very fine.
Se dicen algunos que tienen en sus casas la válvula de abrir el agua de oro o plata.
Some people, I've even heard this, there's some rich people that have the faucet where the water comes out of their washing their sink. It is made out of gold.
Con privilegios.
It is privileged that they have.
¿Creen que ellos se acuerdan de los mendigos que están en la puerta con hambre?
You think that those people remember those who are outside their door begging?
No se acuerdan de ellos.
You don't remember about them.
No creo.
I don't think so.
De Dios mucho menos.
Much less of God.
Entonces la Biblia habla que había Jesús trae a mención estas historias.
So here Jesus says that he mentions two men.
De que este rico hacía fiesta cada día.
This rich man, he lived his luxury every day, it says.
Y tenía sirvienta y tenía mucha alegría, mucha comida.
And he had servants, he had a lot of joy, he had a lot of friends.
Esa es la verdad del mundo social.
And that is the truth of this world.
Pero había uno que es la otra parte de la sociedad.
But there was another man who was the other part of society.
Era un pobre sin dinero, no tenía ni dónde dormir.
There was a poor beggar who had nowhere to live.
Enfermo.
He was diseased.
Deseaba comer.
He wanted to eat.
Deseaba un pedazo de pan duro.
He wanted to at least a piece of bread.
Y hasta los perros llegaban y lo lamían.
And even the dogs would come and lick him.
Sí, el simbolismo del abandono que vive el hombre.
It's a symbolism of the abandonment that a man may live.
Pero Dios tuvo memoria de esto.
But God, he remembered this man.
Ahora el punto está
Now the point is
que los dos mueren iguales.
that the two die at the same time.
Y esto es lo que vamos a puntualizar.
And this is what we're going to look at.
Que tanto muere el que es feo,
That so much those who are ugly may die,
como aquel que se cree tan guapo.
as well as those who think that they're so handsome.
Y se muere el que tiene un cuerpo un poco raro, todo gordito,
Those who have a strange body, maybe they're a little bit obese, a little big,
y también se mueren las que son figuritas.
and also those who have nice figures.
Así que no hay problema.
So there's no problem.
Todos van al mismo
We
lugar.
all go to the same place.
Y se muere el rico y el pobre.
So the dead man, the rich man and the poor man die.
Y se muere el que comía en platos de oro y se muere el que come en una tusa.
The one who ate on a silver platter, he died, and the one who ate on a leaf, he also died as well.
El que come solamente manjares delicados y aquel que apenas alcanza para el frijol parado. Se mueren iguales.
Those who eat really expensive honeys and those who eat beans, they will die as well.
Se mueren iguales. El que come solamente aguacate con queso duro.
Those who probably eat just avocados with hard cheese, they die the same way as those who eat fried instead.
Y se mueren iguales.
And they die of the same thing.
Aquel que tanto se cuidaba la figurita,
Those who will take care of their own bodies,
que se mide cada vez que llega el fin de mes,
those who measure themselves at the end of the month,
mide los
they
músculos.
measure their muscles.
Ahí está la señorita en la báscula cada semana.
And then there we find a little lady every day on weighing herself.
No quieren pasar de la talla que tienen, 4 o 5.
She doesn't want to go over her size 4 or her size 5.
Y el mundo está con ellas y con ellos.
The world is with them.
Y el mundo los alaba.
The world praises
Y
them.
tienen premios de todos lados.
And they have gifts from everywhere.
La sociedad los ama.
Society loves them.
Y tienen muchas ofertas del mundo.
And they have many offers of this world.
Se piden el cabello,
They color their hair,
los ojos,
their eyes,
las pestañas,
their eyelashes,
el bigote,
their mustaches,
su barba.
their beards.
Se piden todo.
They take care of everything.
Se piden los
They
músculos.
take care of their muscles.
Y se piden todo lo que tienen de parte del mundo.
And they take care of everything the world hands over to them.
Y el mundo los aprueba y los alaba.
And the world applauds them and honors them.
El problema es que se olvidan que no son eternos en la
But the
tierra.
problem is that those people forget that they're not eternal on earth.
Dice Eclesiastés capítulo 12, verso 7.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 7 says,
Dice, cuando el polvo vuelva a donde fue tomado,
just when the dust goes back to where it was taken,
y el alma vuelva a aquel que la dio,
where the soul goes back to the one who did.
eso le va a llegar a cada uno.
And that will happen to everyone.
Entonces Cristo hizo mención
So
para
Jesus
explicar,
mentioned that so we can point out something,
explicando a los hombres
so we can explain to humanity
que la muerte va a llegar
that death will come.
y hay un lugar
And there is a place,
o hay un estado
or there is a state
de espera
of where you wait
para aquel que muere.
for those who die.
Y entonces Jesús habló de este capítulo.
Jesus spoke about this chapter.
Entonces él habló que las almas son conducidas a un lugar que se llama Hades.
So he spoke that the souls were directed to a place called Hades.
Ese es el versículo número 23.
That is verse 23.
Y dice, y el Hades alzó sus ojos.
Says you might, in your translations, might say hell, but it is actually in Greek is Hades. It says in Hades where he was tormented, he looked up and saw Abraham.
Se murió el rico.
So the rich man died.
Y cuando despertó,
And when he woke up,
despertó en un lugar que se llama Hades.
he woke up in a